Hello everyone, it's Shady.
Hey guys, Giacomo.
Hey everyone, it's like yeah.
We're from Milan Club Melbourne. Welcome to this week's Rossoneri Roundup. All right, guys, kicking it off. I think we were just talking about the Monza game, wasn't it? We had a couple of friendlies. I was thinking about Navarre, but more recently the Monza game. How good was that?
Yeah, it was a good one. 4-1. We got to see a few of the younger guys come through and even score a few goals, which was pretty impressive, and good goals actually. So not just easy goals. So it was nice, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. It was good to watch. See the youngsters get some game time, and sort of you get to see a little bit more of their play styles and how they want to play, especially against a weaker opposition. But I thought they looked pretty confident. I was impressed very much with from what I saw of Maldini. He looked really confident on the ball and going forward. Yeah.
Very confident on the ball, and he had a couple of chances. He scored his first goal for the senior team. I mean, nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, it's good. It's good to see young guys like that looking to have a shot from deep out when they see an opening, rather than trying to do the right thing and play the ball in and get the tap in. So actually willing to have a shot, and it paid off. We had a few absolute crackers. Kalulu's was really nice.
What a worldie. Calabria too, Luke. What did you think of Calabria?
Yeah, we spoke a bit about it before, that he's playing for his life, isn't he?
Basically, yeah.
Yeah, he wants to stay in Milan.
It's been very refreshing. I mean, if he can do this week in, week out during the season, I mean, we I think we'd all welcome him with arms wide open, right?
For sure.
Absolutely. Even if it's to add with some depth.
Definitely.
If you can get a performance like that from a depth player, you'd take it.
Oh, absolutely. It would be good to have definitely with the amount of games we're going to have this season, definitely. And Jack, you were mentioning Brahim Diaz. What did you make of, from what you saw of him?
I thought he looked pretty good. He looked quite smooth on the ball. He had a couple of chances where he had it inside the box and did okay with it. But it's good that we've actually got a signing set in stone, one of the ones that we talked about. Exactly. I think I read that it's only a loan with no option at the moment.
Really? Is it a dry loan? Yeah. I thought there was an option. Oh, it's a dry loan.
Yeah, so I think it's a dry loan, and just to get it across, to get it all done, and then I think we're going to negotiate mid-year to add on that option.
Yeah.
But just to get it all happening, I think we ended up just doing a dry loan.
Okay, well, I guess as long as we got it across the line before the start of the season, I think we need that stability, right? Yeah.
And everyone that had an Ibrahimovic jersey can just cut out the I and the Ovich.
Exactly. Pretty much. Oh yeah, saving some old jersey. We were talking about some of the youngsters, and the kids seem to be doing all right. We were talking about for the Navarre game, Robak, who most of us hadn't heard of. You'd mentioned them in your youth team posts, your youth updates, and we also saw Colombo score a worldie. I mean, that fourth goal that reach. So, do you see that as enough depth for us as backup for Ibrahimovic? Do you still think we need to go out and get Jovic or someone else?
Yeah, it's almost as if those two, Colombo and Maldini, listened to what I said last week when I said that they weren't ready and that they still need a few more years, and came out and scored pretty good goals. I guess they sort of proved me wrong a little bit, but personally, you'd still like to see us land. Maybe not a Jovic, but maybe wait another year for someone like that, because we still do have Ibrahimovic. But I mean, they did play well, but you would like, I think, another one just in case.
Yeah, I think if something was to go wrong with him, we reach an injury, or he can't play out the 90 minutes like he used to, I think in big games and moments where we need someone, it'd be good to have someone with a little bit more experience and someone what you could be a little bit more confident in, rather than bringing on a couple 18-year-old kids with a lot of promise.
Well, we saw, was it in the Coppa Italia match against Juve when we brought Colombo in like the 90th minute, and like what's Colombo going to do?
Yeah, he's got in a situation like that, they don't really know what to do. They've never been a part of it, So
that's a good point. But it's the age-old dilemma of will that stunt their growth? That's the thing. And also, would bringing in an established name, a bit more of an established name, would that be a bit more? Would that help with the stability of the team, with the squad? I don't know. I mean, would unsettle things a bit? Do you think if we had someone like Jovic, who's already had last season, he didn't get enough game time, if he were to come in, obviously he'd expect to play a bit more. I don't know, barring like an injury, like you were saying, hopefully that doesn't happen. But I mean,
yeah, I guess it's hard to know without doing it, isn't it? To get the balance right.
I think either way, we still have one of the younger lists, or at least first team squads in the Serie A. So I think a bit more experience would make us more competitive. And it would, like we've seen when Ibrahimovic came, it helped. The younger guys ended up playing better anyway. So, it might reduce their game time a little bit, but the long-term effect is probably better in confidence and everything else. So, yeah, I don't think you can undervalue how much importance winning has on a player's development.
I think if they're going to show out the way they did in the practice matches too, in games that aren't so important during the year where we've got an established lead or something like that, I think they'll see more game time as well if they're going to be developing at that sort of rate.
Yeah, and I think there's also a time when there's definitely a need for loaning players out. We saw Forberger go off to Pordenone last year in the Serie B and had a pretty good year, and hopefully he'll come back into our midfield and have a bit of effect. He was on the bench for the Monza game, but yeah, I think there's a balance. So I don't know whether that means Maldini or Colombo goes out for a year or half a year and then comes back.
Yeah, just to get some game time on their belt, isn't it?
Always an option. Always an option. All right, lads. Just quickly, I mean, hopefully we're getting Tonali should be doing his medical and signing within the week. And Bakayoko, which has been going on for a while now. What's the latest on that, Giacomo?
Well, the latest I read earlier today was that it's looking like it's going to be a loan with option to buy rather than just a flat sale.
Okay.
I think we can't agree on a price for the sale at the moment. So I think it looks like it's going to be a loan worth about 3 million with option to buy of 30, which I don't mind. I don't mind really. Rather than putting him into a big contract when we've got such depth there, it'd be good to see how he fits in with this team, I guess.
Good point. And hopefully our financial situation will be a bit better at the end of next season. It looks like we really have to make it to the Champions League this time. Huh? We need money.
Yeah, very much.
Big question for you guys. So we've signed, we've got Brahim Diaz, Ibra's coming back on. Who else have we got? Tonali will maybe come in as well. If Bakayoko comes in as well, and maybe even we sign Aurier, all of those go ahead. Where do you guys see us finishing?
Giacomo.
Without being unrealistic, I think we should be in the top four. And teams like Lazio that had a great season, I think we should be able to go ahead of them. I think top four would be the minimum for me. First, I think winning the whole thing would be, a dream, but unrealistic to go from where we were to there. But I think, between that 2 to 4, I think it's anyone's game.
I think we'll finish in the top 4. We'll definitely have a shot. I'm optimistic by nature. So I'm going to say we should have a say in the Scudetto. I'm not 100% sure we'll win it, but I think we might be able to. We'll be in the running. What about you?
I guess it depends on how quickly. Everybody gels together.
If we hit the ground running, yeah, definitely.
A lot of times when you bring in a young player such as Tonali and players like that, it takes a little while for them to develop into that role of what you want them to be. So I guess it depends on that as well.
Good point.
Yeah. It's a interesting season coming. I think Conte's, the way he's doing things at the moment, he's framing it as if Inter's the team to beat, and then Juve you got to put up there in the top 2 or 3 at least.
So, looks like they're getting Suarez now. So
yeah, exactly. So I think that 3 to 5 or 6 zone is up for grabs for anyone out of that Lazio, Atalanta, Milan, and the rest. So I think it'll be a tightly contested Champions League top 4.
Yeah. Well, here's hoping. Well, we're running out of time for today, lads. So we'll pick this up next week. Hopefully, we're looking forward to everyone to welcoming some interesting guests on board the next couple of weeks. And we'll definitely be doing a preview before we actually start next week. We've got our league match against Shamrock Rovers, I think, next week. So we'll definitely be talking about that. Might be talking as well about Donnarumma's contract situation, which looks like might be a bit like Ibra with something like they wanted 10 million, something like that. So obviously Raiola's usual games. So we'll all of that on board next week. Thank you so much, lads. As always, Forza Milan.
Forza Milan.